Hello everyone. Today is one topic I wanna talk. I'm thinking about it for a couple of years, and it's more and more become for me that I have to share it. And I did like short video on my Instagram, but right now I wanna talk about like kind of more because I process it and I wanna share it. So, and this topic is about who we are in the Christ, who God created me specifically, not in the common like people. Yes, who God created you, like what quality He puts in you before we jump on next. So I grew up in Slavic culture, and in our culture is when the girl in the house, so from the little age, they start to preparing you for the marriage, to have to be wife, have to be a mother, and they try to, okay, you need to know how to cook, how to clean, how to take care of kids. Would be good to make some clothes for yourself, for the family, and they're kind of like so much in it. And it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's so good because I can do a lot of stuff just because of that. But now I'm 16 years in the marriage, and I figured out that it's not that important how to know who you are, who God created, what quality He puts in me, that I can use it fully, that God can work through me in a marriage, right, with the kids, as a parent. And so often, even like I talk with some Americans, girls, single girls, and they said it's kind of not a discussion in the house. That's why I want to kind of bring up this topic and talk about it, that when we raise our kids, or you just listen, you're a young person and you listen to me, that before marriage, we need to figure out like who we are, who God created us, what purpose He puts in us, what goal kind of He prepared, what future He prepared for us, right? And knowing this actually helps a lot, I would say, like completely, to pick your spouse, because knowing what you like, what you want from your life, it actually defines like who would be sharing this kind of life. So if you have so much quality, you have compassion for others, you have compassion for refugees or something, and you want to be missionary, and you figure out, God kind of put all the qualities in character that to do this job, you will look for a girl who would share it with you, right? Because you will travel a lot. And it's again, knowing this, you would understand, like if you're a guy, you would understand, oh, do you wanna like wife sit at home and cook and sit with kid, or you want a partner who would travel with you and do all that stuff. The same with girls. If you figure out like you wanna this, you wanna big family, you want happy family, food on the table, and have this kind of Italian style family. This is when everybody cooking, laughing, and smell like doing all that stuff. So knowing that God created you for this, it would be easier for you to look for a guy, right, who would share the same in the future. Because what would be the big disappointment if you dream about that, right, but you still didn't figure out who you are, and you don't know that you want this, but you just follow like everybody. Okay, we have to finish, we go to university, get education, you spend so much time, you spend so much year to get this education, and in the end you got married, you still continue it, but you are not happy in everything you do, in work and everything, until you finally kind of give up and give it everything to God and start praying and looking and searching yourself, and you find out that you love that, right? And it's kind of would be, oh, I lost so much time and I wasn't happy, right? So today is the day, I would say, right, the best to kind of pray and study Bible, spend as much as possible time with Jesus, to talking like, God, who you created me to be, right? What quality, like I have this quality, just take a look and see what quality of the character you have. Do you have any quality of the character that you're actually fighting and you don't like that God puts in you because maybe the cultural affection or maybe the peers or schools or whatever it is just pushing it, influencing it, and you kind of like, I don't want this kind of quality, you know, and I wish to be this kind of girl, or I wish to be this kind of guy, that would be easy for me to leave. But I know one thing, that God created specifically because he has a purpose for you. And to do this before you were born, right? He has a plan. And to do this plan, you need this quality that you have in you. But maybe you didn't open it up yet. So, and this is what I want, that you would spend time to find who you are, who God created you, what kind of quality, what kind of character, what kind of gifts, what kind of talents you have that God puts in you, and for what reason he did it. I don't think that God would create specifically thinking about you, creating you with the character, with the talents and everything for nothing. And he's like, okay, now go and just do what you want to do, you know. It's not, because this is not the God we know, right? The God, he is organized. He has everything. If you see, everything works in a planet with the rules and, I don't know, seasons and everything in order. So creating us, he had a plan. There's nothing to be like, oh, okay, now just go and figure it out. No, he has a plan for everybody, right? And to know this, it actually helps us to fully serve God. And this is what I did recent couple of years. I was just praying and searching and looking who I am, and be honestly, it was so beneficial, because before I tried to break so many qualities I didn't like. I actually kind of quietly was complaining and didn't, kind of like, oh God, why you put this quality in me? I don't like it because people don't like it, you know. But right now I love it and enjoy each of quality that God puts in me, because I see how he uses it, and I have peace and happiness and blessings from the God, because he can use us in what can be the more amazing in a life, when as a Christians we can be the clay that God just shapes, you know. And the Bible said like a dish, you know, that put in to serve people, right? And he created specific, each of us, we are specific dish, right? One of us, it's a plate and a bowl and a cup and a spoon, but all together we work perfectly to serve people. And I encourage you guys just to find time while you're still single, because you have time, because it's so hard when you're married, it's so hard when you have kids, to find this quiet time to spend and nobody kind of distracts you, to pray, to meditate on asking God questions and listen for answers, and wait for direction from God, right, to show you. And this is what I encourage you to do. So I hope my video was encouraging and the topic was useful and you would do this. And parents, I think the most important thing we can give to our kids is help them while they're growing to find themselves who God created them, not who we want them to be, right? But God created. I have 3 boys and 3 of them totally different, and I'm enjoying to see how God created each of them. And it's just amazing to see qualities, and I pray to God to help them to actually discover all this and accept it and love all these qualities. And it's a little bit hard, especially right now when the schools pushes all these gender identities and everything, and They're confused, especially right now. We have to be the hands and the voice of Jesus in their lives to help them to find who God created them before they will take a role of a husband or a wife, father or mother, right, of parents. Before this, they need to find who they are, who they're serving, and accept it and find fully, what this word, like fully accepted, right? That brings them happiness and peace to knowing that they're perfect, how God created, with all the qualities. Whatever they have, they're perfect, they're beautiful, handsome, and they're amazing just because God has a plan for them and He created this way, each our child and each person. So parents, young people, maybe married without kids, married with kids, whatever, who is listening in my video, I encourage you to do this, to find and to serve God, because this is what helps us to serve God, to be fully submitted to God, and that God will use all our gifts and talents and qualities of character to serve God and serve people. And trust me, this is so beneficial. I hope my video was encouraging and beneficial for you. Have an amazing day, and I hope to get some comments from you if it's you learned something and you tried and it was useful. Bye.